On behalf of Plus Social Good, which is a community that was born out of the Social Good Summit and the global conversations that took place. So we're thrilled that you could be here today. Ooh. Well, in spite of the bad weather, thank you so much for coming here. We know that there was a lot of traffic and a lot of things that could have prevented you from coming here this morning, but we're really grateful that you could be here. And so in order to kick off, I'll let the connectors themselves talk a little bit about what Plus Social Good is. So Ruben, in 140 characters or less, how would you describe Plus Social Good?
That is very tough. Thank you very much, Noah. Good morning, everybody. Plus Social Good is a platform and a network that combines technology and activism together. It really helps bridge the gap between people who want to pursue good and giving them the tools to actually
You're out of
talk
140
about it.
characters.
I'm not winning this morning. Do we want to do that one again?
Sure, 140 characters. We're counting.
Okay, so Plus Social Good is a platform and network that combines activism and technology for good.
Perfect.
How's that?
That's great. Very impressive for a community that has so much going on. And Lovisa, why don't you tell us a little bit about Plus Social Good's role in bringing the global goals closer to a reality?
Well, so there was a trending tweet yesterday at the summit. I think it was Ingrid Nilsson saying that I don't like the word diversity. Instead, we would use the word reality. And for me, the Plus Social Good community is actually a reality.
Wow. And Ruben, you dedicate so much of your time and energy, both of you do, to Plus Social Good. What is it that really inspires you about the platform?
You know, for a while, I had a vision and a dream that I wanted to help create a global network of change makers and entrepreneurs who are trying to actually pursue good. This is back like 5-6 years ago. And lo and behold, about three and a half years ago, this amazing group of people that I met ended up forming this group called Plus Social Good. And so now we don't feel so much in a silo. We are actually combining forces on an international scale to support one another and help advance these global goals.
May I add into that?
Please.
So for me, actually, it is the other way around. It is the Plus Social Good community that inspires me to do my other everyday work, which is promoting positive attitudes and decrease the level of intolerance in Sweden and on a European level. So the Plus Social Good gives me more than I give, if I say so.
And tell us a little bit about the global goals that you're both working on and how it ties into the Plus Social Good community.
Industry, infrastructure, and innovation is one of the key areas that we're focusing on locally here in the United States and also in Austin, Texas, where I'm headquartered at. We initially, by accident, started this campaign back in 2012, 2013 that we really didn't know where it was going. It was all a matter of trying to mobilize a community to actually do something together. So we devised a day to try to reduce traffic. We called it Work From Home Day. We did 2 pilots in 2013, and over the span of 2 pilots, we got over 22,000 cars off the road, combining both city, county, state, corporate, and nonprofit sectors all together to try to reduce one of the biggest problems that we have in our own city. Because of that, that's grown. It's now a yearly thing that happens over a span of a week where people actually try to do multimodal ways of transportation. So that was a great success story, and it kind of helped pave the way for other things that were possible by using the leverage and the network that we have.
And for me, it is the goal number 4 and number 5 to reduce inequalities, gender equality, and quality education for all. That is the I feel more passionate about. And the work that I'm carrying out in Sweden as a managing director of the Order of the Teaspoon, a small NGO, is to carry out work in school. So the work that the Plus Social Good community can enhance and enlighten in those two, related to those two goals are the things that I feel is the most important for me.
And what's a Plus Social Good initiative that directly ties into your work?
Well, so I had the privilege to be with some of the other Plus Social Good colleagues in Dubai in February this year, and there was a great event called the World Government Summit. And what we did there was we had different breakout sessions that was related to different goals, and goals that are related to each other, but because of course when you work with human rights and development, it's all linked. And I attended one of the breakout sessions that was about education, and that was really inspiring. So whenever you get a chance to participate in something like that, or if you want to be inspired by some of the SocialGood colleagues, just contact us and we'll let you know how easy it is to get engaged in the global goals.
And a big part of what SocialGood does is bring the SocialGood Summit energy and enthusiasm to a number of places in the world that may not necessarily be having those conversations. So really taking the global goals and making them a local reality. Ruben, you do a great job of this in Austin, and I know there are a number of places around the world that you're connected to that are doing something similar. Do you want to talk a little bit about your work on the ground?
So most recently, we started focusing and shifting our efforts towards entrepreneurship, and specifically social entrepreneurship. And so what we've done is we devised an accelerator program initially for adults, and now we've transitioned it for college students. We're working with first-generation college students who are from low economic backgrounds and literally teaching them the skills and the processes in order for them to become high-tech social impact entrepreneurs, meaning that students who might grow up in the inner city who normally would never have access to this kind of education, we're now teaching them how to use these tools, think entrepreneurially, and be able to start affecting change inside their community.
And could both of you speak about the online component of the SocialGood platform and a little bit about how you use it to inspire your own work?
Yeah, for me it is actually a catalyst for inspiration. So both innovation and when it comes to project engagement, the online component is definitely a go-to for me.
I really like the fact that on a drop of a dime, we are really strong on Twitter. And so we can start getting things to trend and just with a small coordinated effort. And that really helps bring attention to a lot of big issues that we're facing in our relative communities.
And we're so fortunate that SocialGood will have a bit of stage time later today. Do you want to give everyone a sneak preview about the Living Labs concept?
So the Living Labs was an idea that was formed roughly about maybe a year and a half when the labs, when the goals idea came out, and was more formalized in our trip to Dubai this February. We kind of had this kind of a jam. We invited some movers and shakers, some people who were really active in their community. And what we decided to do is have them have a conversation about how they could address and tackle each particular goal. And so what we've devised is this process and system of a lab where either you can do it over one evening or maybe a weekend or maybe even a 12-week period in different parts of the world, because there's different versions. We have one in Ecuador, we have one in Malaysia, we have one in the United States, we have one in Brazil. And so these are all burgeoning up, and we're trying to actually have labs to experiment, to figure out not only how can you learn about it, but take a concept and actually materialize it and roll it out into your community to see how it actually works.
Great. So that gives you a bit of a taste of the many different things that are happening online, on the ground, and here at the SocialGood Summit today. So just to close, what advice do you have for people who want to get involved?
I would advise them to go to the summit today to hear more from our colleagues. What do you say, Ruben?
You know, we have a very vibrant community. So PlusSocialGood.org is the site that we kind of send everybody to. Join us on Twitter. We're very active there. Instagram. I want to shout out to the UN Foundation, Annie, for keeping the heart and soul of that together. So the PlusSocialGood.org site, you can post, you can join the community, meet friends, and find us. We're listed there as one of the connectors. Drop us a line, and we'd be more than happy to talk about any particular issues around the global goals so we can go ahead and help each other out.
Thank you both so much. We have room for just a quick question.
It's so early in the morning.
Great. Well, thank you again for your time. Again, we really urge you to join SocialGood. It's a movement. It's a platform. You can engage on and offline, and it's a global conversation, so we hope you join it. Thank you again.
Thank you.